2024, my junior year, it was a great season.
We came out strong our first game against MacArthur, the 2 seed, and surprised them and a lot of people with the shutout. As the year went on, we just kept getting better and better, and we finally got a rematch against Cary in the county finals, which didn't go the way we wanted to.
We got to be back there next year. I just think that was really the only thought coming into my head. You know, I had one more year left as a Pirate, and I think that was our goal.
Thinking back to, 3 years ago when we played Garden City in counties and we lost to them. The following year was a dreadful year, going 2-7. So I didn't want to repeat of that. It got brought up a lot how we can't be like that.
Mepham has had a very successful program, and I think the 2023 season didn't accurately depict what Mepham is about.
We knew we just had that expectation to meet, that we were that team and we were going to be a county finals team.
It's always good to have pressure. Pressure pushes you to get better and perform every day.
We had to work harder, knowing that we were going to be losing a lot of key players. So we all had that common goal in mind that we just had to grind this season, the off season.
In the weight room, everyone went hard. There was not much people standing still, doing nothing.
Just how many people were going to the lifts, that just made me really excited for the season, that a lot of people are starting to buy in.
The work ethic I saw in the summer, I saw was very driven by some of the upperclassmen, as they saw that what it was like losing a county championship game, so they knew what had to be done, and I think some of the young kids started catching on to that as the season went on.
You could see a bunch of people really giving their all during conditioning. You know, Campy has some pretty brutal conditioning, and the fact that we were able to not only get through that, but make it look like it wasn't a lot, I think that was really helpful.
Two-a-days were fun. They were also tough at the same time.
With the mindset, all right, we got a game in a month, we got to start locking in. We were locked in during the summer, but now it's really go time. You know, we put the helmets on, we start going through plays, you know, shoulder pads, we start hitting. Everybody was ready to start hitting.
Saw a lot of competition for spots up in the air that were left up from seniors in the year before.
We've definitely been a physical team last year. I think that was a big thing. We were very aggressive and we were very physical, so we 100% just had to carry that into this year.
We definitely saw that we were a team that liked to hit in the drills, whether that's bags, Oklahoma drill, pursuit.
All the tackling circuits and just my neck and stuff, I was beat up, but I think it really improved the fact that we were hitting each other finally. Kids realized this is what you gotta do if you want to play. Playing Wantagh, Massapequa, and the scrimmages this year, I thought was a great test.
2 former LIC champions. It didn't intimidate us. We knew it was a scrimmage. We knew it was just not for fun, but obviously to measure where we were.
If we were able to keep up with them, then why wouldn't we be able to put up with anyone in our conference? I think we did better against Wantagh than Massapequa, but that was also later on into the off season, so that also proved to me that I think we were getting a little better.
The fact that we could go out as good as we were during that season against two Long Island champions showed us how good we were going to be.
Opening up at Roosevelt, I was most excited to see how the team would pan out.
This was the real thing, conference game. Everyone's excited.
They were the weakest team on paper we were going to play.
We knew they were an aggressive team. First team to practice on Long Island, News 12 covered it. And we were like, oh crap, they want to come and they want to play. So obviously we couldn't overlook them. We had a target on our back, so I think we had to go into that game dominant.
We played pretty good, but I knew our offense definitely had more to prove. It was 42 points, but the score didn't feel like 42 points. So I know we had some work to do after week 1, but I also knew we had the players to do it, so I wasn't worried by any means.
Homecoming, everyone's there. Great vibe around. MacArthur's always been a rival with us. We played them twice last year.
So we beat them last year for homecoming, and we ended their season in playoffs. And we knew they were going to come in and fight.
Definitely didn't come out how we were supposed to. Came out a little flat.
Our offense needed a little bit of a change, knowing that we needed to get that pass established, which wasn't working early on. Knowing that we're going to have sophomore QB coming in during a homecoming game, down by 1 score. I knew he was on varsity for a reason.
I've known Adam for a while now, and I've known he's really good at football. Seeing him at practice, so he's been accurate and making great decisions.
And playing on JV last year, coming down from some of the games, you could just see his composure in the pocket, honestly.
Adam proved himself all throughout the summer sessions and a little bit of the Roosevelt game.
Go Adam, go out here.
I was a little skeptical because throwing him into a spot just like that, that's a big spot for a sophomore to be coming in.
confidence. I think he was very confident going into the game. You know, he wasn't scared. The fact that he could command the team like that, even though it's his first drive starting, is really special.
That catch by McCabe also just really got us all fired up. Even though the tie was scored, the momentum was definitely swung our way more than MacArthur at that point. So we definitely got a lot more confidence back in ourselves. Our message from our coaches for the past 2 years is bend, don't break. And I think that really showed that, like, even though they were putting up, we were putting right back with them.
We have a lot more drive than I thought we did, right? We played a full quarter game literally to the last second.
I definitely learned that we had our backs a lot more than we thought, because I feel like before that week, we were definitely closer the year before. But after that week, that feeling from the year before with those wins came back again. Like, all right, I could trust these guys. That win like really got me fired up, even though it's too close. But just had that feeling with that fire. That shocked a lot of people that we came off a game like MacArthur, winning by 3, and then we come into Long Beach and then we just roll around, beat them 24-0.
Our defense that game, we just played amazing. We had 4 total turnovers, 3 interceptions, and a forced fumble.
It really solidified our spot as being one of the top teams in the county, and really was a great confidence boost going into the next week.
Everyone also had that marked on their calendar, knowing like Garden City has always been the team to beat.
Since 2020, they've been the Long Island champions. We knew it was going to be tough, but we knew it was doable.
We knew we had to lock in that week of practice. It was probably our best week of practice that whole year.
We just had to roll with them for 4 quarters. Obviously, they run up on people really quick, and we had to show them that we're the real deal. You know, we're not like any other team that you guys just completely steamrolled.
Blue one.
The first drive definitely shocked the team.
Punch just right in the mouth.
Coming out and they scoring on 2 or 3 plays, drive down the field that quick, kill their energy. You could tell how deflated we were after that, and it was kind of hard to get our motivation, energy, get it going after that. The bus ride home, we were talking about it, how surprised we were that we were confident going into that game, knowing that we should be able to put up with this team.
Considering we practiced so hard all week, just to come out like that.
We were just in shock how badly they embarrassed us. I think that was just like a wow moment to us that we needed to work that much more to get to there.
We have New Hyde Park, another good team coming up. I thought of last year, it was a really close game. They had the lead for most of the game.
We needed to make another statement game saying like Garden City game was a fluke and we just had to come back and prove to ourselves that we are the 2 seed.
First half, we slumped a little bit, and we went into the locker room knowing like, hey, you know, that's not us. We got to come back better.
Putting up 24 points, it kind of put a better feeling into your stomach knowing that's the way we should have been playing against them the first half, but at least we did that the way we were supposed to in the second half. East Meadow, that was our best play game because our O-line dominated them that game completely. All of our running backs were running all over them.
Started off the year a little slow in the run game. Everybody was putting up numbers, but it wasn't as good as our pass game. And I think as the year started to go on, we started to figure out what we were doing wrong, how we could do it better. And East Meadow, that game really showed everyone how well and how much we developed.
That made me feel a lot better than it was our last regular season game, and that was the best game we played all year going into playoffs.
We went into every practice, to every lift, to every film, 100% dialed, 100% focused. And I think that's ultimately what led us to our 7-1 record.
Going in as the 2 seed in playoffs again, it was a great feeling. We had the 7th seed, Kennedy, coming up.
Not only was it a playoff game, but it was an in-district playoff game, first one that's happened in a pretty long time, I think.
We knew some of their guys from middle school.
We got to show everyone why we're the 2 seed. Obviously, they're going to come in bloodthirsty.
I knew that there was going to be a chippy game. They ran a weird offense, and being crosstown rivals, obviously they're not going to want to lose to us no matter the seed rankings or anything.
Everyone talking about it throughout the week, like, oh, what if you guys lose?
I felt a little pressure playing them, but we knew we were the better team.
The mentality was go in there, take care of business.
We came out hot. First drive, scored. We ran the ball all the way down the field.
After the first offensive drive, that's how we thought it was going to go the entire game. I think that gave us, like, all right, we won the game already, even though it was only the first quarter. So I think we kind of took our foot off the gas.
It was a lot closer than we thought. Just the fact that they were the 7th seed and they were able to hold us to only 10 more points. They were able to score a touchdown. So it rattled us a little, but ultimately we came out on top, and that's what good teams do. It felt great, just the overall vibe and feelings at Hofstra, the fact that you know that you're one of the best teams in the conference and you're playing for a spot in the county championship.
I think we were definitely confident going into it, knowing that how badly we beat them the first time.
We knew that they got much better from that game.
They never let down. They're very aggressive. We've always had a big rivalry with them, and the fact that they were going to come in with a chip on their shoulders, so we definitely had to be extra locked in.
Coming out of the first half scoreless, it didn't feel scoreless. I think we came into that locker room, it felt like we were a little dead. Like, it felt we were losing, definitely.
It maybe should have been 7-0 them, or 10-0, considering they messed up their field goal.
The offense wasn't able to produce a lot. The last couple of weeks, we were definitely able to pound the ball down other teams. And the fact that this game we kind of got stopped, we really got punched in the mouth, that kind of startled us.
I feel like we need to definitely get tougher because they were playing with a chip on their shoulder that they needed to beat us. And I feel like we just didn't have it. I feel like we were just like complacent and like we thought we should be in the county finals already. You know, it doesn't work like that.
We've been a second half team for the whole year. I knew that we have a lot of great players in the room and nobody gives up. So I thought that we were going to come out really well.
The second half, it started, they went down, they scored, and then we went back down the field. We got held at like the 1 yard line. Then the pick six.
Mikey Guzard picking up that ball. It's pretty awesome.
The momentum was there. Everyone was hyped. The fans, the sideline.
Missing that extra point, definitely a shot in the heart, but we're still in this game and we're not giving up on it.
They definitely really started pounding the ball down our throats.
I was really surprised with how good their running back did against us. We've always been able to stop the run and the pass, and that game we just couldn't seem to figure it out.
There was one play I remember, he scored on, I just dove at his ankles and I just laid on the floor for like a couple of seconds, feeling like that could be the game right there. The energy in our team was just completely gone.
Honestly, I was pretty shocked.
I had a mix of emotions. I was sad, I was mad. For the past 5 years, part of this program, I never thought it'd end, especially the way that it did.
Going up to all my friends, especially my senior friends, we were just completely shocked that like this is the last time we'll play together, and I don't think we were ready for it yet because we thought we still had at least another week left with each other.
I was really proud of how far this team has come from 2 years ago, from a losing record to a county finalist and being in the Big Four. Us as seniors, all of us worked hard. The offseason was great, and we just knew what we had in us to fight and win games.
Being part of the Mepham Pirate community was really important. The fact that I was able to wear the pirate on my chest every day, knowing that I'm part of one of the most successful programs in Conference 2, that really meant something to me.
I'm gonna remember this forever. Great experience all around, on and off the field, whether that's hanging out with the team, coaches, team football dinners, hanging out with my friends, getting some good food, just getting our minds right for the game.
There really isn't anything like this. Playing all the other sports I do, there isn't a type of family brotherhood and energy aspect compared to other sports there is in football.
The bond everyone had, especially not even the kids from your grade, every grade. I'm still friends with kids from 2 years ago, last year.
I'll remember the wins and losses, but I think having those bonds and memories with my friends and teammates over the years, I don't know how to forget those.